It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and this one features Alontae Taylor. He's now up to 40 tackles from a secondary spot this season. It's the Buccaneers and the Saints. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. It is Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. When you look at this Saints defense, this unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
Given 3 on the run there, now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back to the score.
And I think that's a signal by this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Jake Moody now for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
Early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On second down, they'll run with White. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Tannehill on third down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven ability and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnover. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Ritter back to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The Saints at 12-2 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 25. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
On first down, Ritter eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, middle. Report.
Now Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Nicole Hardman, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Touchdown, Saints! From 19 yards. Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history-making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. He gets this complete to Cephas. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down. And you look at the Saints defense. Now, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep to return is KJ Hamler. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Don't let us down. Here we go. Here we go. Fight 60. Watford 6.
Ritter looking to throw here on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. On play action, here's Ritter. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
Completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 21-0 our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Bucs are going to have it here just past the 25. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Returning it, here's Hamler. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! Nico Hardman, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. This team is truly trying to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots, but we'll see.
There he goes, right side. Still on his feet. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Take it all the way.
Ritter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ritter's throw caught by Olave. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here's Walker. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
As long as you're getting the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Evans is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. So partner was a passing game that drove him down the field, but when they
because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Moody good with the extra point. And the route is on here. First half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays?
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And this one taken in by Cephas. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Tannehill. Over the middle to Evans. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. A solid stiff arm. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Tannehill on first down. Here's White. They set up the screen. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Tannehill. And that is incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Here's Brown on second down. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Inside the 20, Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, New Orleans. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
The extra point try now for Moody. And the route is on here in this first half. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, Rashad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Ritter off the play fake. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Saints just continue to roll.
score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. They got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill finding Otten once more. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. The Texans trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they've gone to the half with the lead over the visiting Cowboys. Jalen Hyatt, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. It was a terrific first half from the former Cincinnati man, Desmond Ridder. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here's 3rd and 3. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Ultra. Set.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 7-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try for the first with Walker. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Walker now on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back to Walker on 1st down. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Walker going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to run with Evans. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Strike. Check. Strike.
They'll try and run for it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kenneth Walker taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Tannehill now to throw. And a dump off to White. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a gain of a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor down the left sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes that kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The extra point try now for Moody.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They run straight ahead here with White. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Jeremy Chin
able to record his 5th sack of the season. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on an excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Strike.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Play fake. It's Hayner.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 25. The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jackson hit, and Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw on target to Godwin here.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 1.
Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans.
And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he'll get this up to the 32.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
To the air again, Tannehill. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now Tannehill. Flushed out right. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a halt. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On first down, Tannehill.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the Saints' 31-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill.
They lead big in a minute. Has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now it's Tannehill. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Chase Young, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Tannehill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tannehill. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One last throw here for Tannehill. In trouble, and he's taken down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for New Orleans, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.